Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Against the Call. It is episode 25. We have a lot to talk about today. First, we're going to have the pregame with us introducing our guest, the Six Man Podcast. After that, we'll be talking about around the league, NBA. We'll have our Mount Rushmores for best handlers in the NBA all time. After that, we'll have start bench cut and then NBA games of the week. And then we'll have Fight Club with the Jake Paul fight recap. Around the league, MLB. Sports of Tomorrow, a new segment we are introducing today. The countdown, and finally, draft day with the post game right after that. So before we get started, I'm going to just do a little pregame. So, guys, thank you. We hit 400 followers on Instagram.
That's big
yesterday,
for us. Yeah.
actually. It is big. And we also have 84 subscribers on YouTube and 62 on TikTok. So thank you guys so much for helping us get there. And our guest today, the Six Man. Make sure y'all go check him out on Instagram at the6man_ and listen to them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also their TikTok. I'll have the links down in the description for y'all. So let's just get right into it. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's good to be here. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing good. Nick, it's been a long time coming for this, man. We
Yeah.
have to have you on. He threw on the Raptors jersey just for this special occasion.
I had to.
See it. He's one of our boys from Canada, man. We are worldwide now, so
No, it's good to finally connect with someone, across the border. I'm pretty stoked about it. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, of course.
So, man, let's just jump right into it with the Around the League NBA segment. There's been a lot going on lately, especially, right after All-Star break.
Yeah.
Nick, is there anything special around the league that you might want to talk about?
Well, it's pretty hard to ignore some of the scoring totals that have been put up as of late. I don't know if you guys saw Damian Lillard the other night put up 71 points.
Yeah.
We had Donovan's 71 earlier in the season. Luka had that 60-20 game. And honestly, from a parity standpoint, I don't think we've seen the NBA at this close this late in the season. And it's not like the Celtics are that far ahead. And yes, some of the bottom teams may be pretty far down, but 1-25, all those teams are in the hunt still for the playoffs, and I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah. Speaking of the scoring, the Kings and Clippers game, both scoring 175 and 176 points in a game.
Yeah.
Like that's
Sacramento outscoring Team LeBron. What? I still can't wrap my head around that. I mean, they had the 2 overtimes, but that's still ridiculous. That game, I fell asleep during the first overtime, and I was so mad at myself.
I was following Gamecast on ESPN like 1 a.m, just watching everything unfold. And shout out to Kawhi Leonard and De'Aaron Fox on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Over 80, Kawhi almost getting 90.
Malik Monk with 45 points.
Yeah.
Malik Monk with 40. That's
He
off the bench.
Yeah.
The bench too. Yeah, I had Paul George on my fantasy team, so I think he did pretty good that game as well.
Yeah, he did. And with Malik Monk, I mean, he was like what, the 10th man on this squad coming off the bench. I mean, he definitely wasn't the 6th man on the squad.
Yeah, he's been one of the better players for them off the bench this season. But I remember last year in LA, he was one of the few bright spots that they had, and they let him go, and I bet they regret that right now. Especially watching him put up 45 off the bench, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy. I like Malik Monk. I always had him on my NBA 2K when I expanded the league. He was always the point guy.
I mean, watching him in college, you just know he's a dog. Coming out of Kentucky, I knew it was a great pick for the Hornets when they got him. He hasn't been like that all-star caliber, of course, but he's obviously a great bench player that keeps coming off the bench, doing his thing, getting the work done. I love to see it.
He's an athletic freak, and he has been since he got in the league. I mean, I hear the name Malik Monk, I just picture those Hornets announcers just screaming his name when he windmill dunked that one time, because those announcers, they're so out of hand, but they added to it, and I'm sure even Charlotte, they're regretting letting him go.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely are.
Charlotte too, man.
They're kind of disappointing.
They are disappointing. I thought that they'd at least be a play-in.
They're in 14th in the East right now.
Wow.
19th.
Yeah, It's not like LaMelo Ball missed that many games for them. Like he's been back for quite a while, and they still like they can't even win a game. It feels like.
Same with Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
Man, Gordon Hayward,
Yeah.
fell off after that injury.
Yeah,
That was
I really like him too.
Did you guys watch that live? Were you watching
yeah, I
that
did.
game live?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm a Celtics fan. I saw that. I was like, oh, gross. That was just
I remember I saw that. I said Kyrie was going to win MVP. That pick did not age well. Like Kyrie's going to carry them, and I mean they did go to the conference finals, but not because of Kyrie. He wouldn't have been there.
yeah, no.
Hurt.
Now, with you being a Toronto Raptors fan, how are you feeling this season? I would say maybe not so good, or
Yeah, so I'm actually not. My number one team isn't actually Toronto,
oh
but
really?
being from Canada, we try to represent them well. But I'm actually a Knicks fan, which a lot of people find ironic because my first name is Nick, and then theirs is as well. But um,
Great name.
yeah, yeah, I wish I was a Raptors fan. Honestly, it sounds better than being a Knicks fan, but I can't hide. But it was, I'll admit I was a lot more of a Raptors fan when they won in 2019 than I am right now.
As you should, bro. As you
Yeah,
should.
yeah,
Oh man, the Knicks got a little Knicks Celtics rivalry going right here. How do you
Yeah.
feel about
oh,
that?
yeah,
I feel fine. Celtics are first. We're doing great.
yeah. Yeah, there's not much I can say about you guys. My brother's he's a Celtics fan, and yeah, I can't talk shit anymore.
No, how did you become a Knicks fan?
Um, I just kind of growing up liked the color orange, and because it was my name. Honestly, as stupid as that sounds, at 6 years old, I just gravitated towards it.
That's fair.
I wish someone warned me. Honestly, it was a bad mistake.
Stay away
Yeah,
from the team.
They got some
yeah,
greats, man. Some greats that just couldn't do anything, really.
yeah. The only one in the last 3 decades is Mello, and then you go
Yeah.
back, and then it's Ewing. But yeah,
Wow, that's a big.
hopefully Brunson is a bright spot for us. I really hope so.
How do you feel about Julius Randle?
I have mixed feelings about Julius Randle. So I went to go see the Knicks play the Raptors earlier this season. I have an episode about that where we talk about how Julius Randle is so distant from the team. It's baffling. Like he'll just sit away from huddles. He'll go off to the side. He just it doesn't seem like he wants to be there. But there's no movement from front office whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as much as I love RJ, my Canadian guy, he's just kind of inefficient. And I'm waiting for him to take a leap scoring wise or efficiency wise, and it's just not happening. Like I'm very happy with 20-7, but that's not I don't know. I thought RJ's ceiling was higher than that. And
Yeah.
I was hoping that Julius wouldn't still be the best player on the Knicks at this point, but he still is. Unless you want to include Brunson, because I would have that conversation.
I'd say Brunson has a really bright future. I think he's going to be
Yeah.
the face of the franchise in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think that if RJ would have kept going from where he was at the beginning of the beginning of the season, RJ was looking like, wow,
He
I
was
mean,
looking
this could
really
be
good.
an all-star. On like that's not even an overreaction in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was watching RJ thinking this man could be an all-star, and then slowly just declined. I dropped him from my fantasy team. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Well, I think it's just Tibbs slowly just wearing him down 38 minutes a night, just
Yeah.
killing his legs. That's what Tibbs does.
Just like the meat falling off the bone.
Well, just look at his track record. Minnesota, Chicago, the amount of ligament tears that players who played for him, Wall Deng's career was ruined. Levine, when he played for him, tore ligaments. Like it's pretty consistent with Thibodeau.
That's fair to say. It really is. Now, with Kevin Durant being on the Suns now, are there high expectations for this Suns team, Nick?
I have very high expectations, and I actually saw today that they're looking at picking up a couple of veterans, one of them being Derrick Rose, who the Knicks are supposed to waive, or they might have already waived. But yeah, that honestly moves the needle for them. And I think aside from the Grizzlies, who they run their mouth quite a bit, but they back it up, and I think come playoffs they'll be ready. But I think the Suns are the team to beat in the West, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. With KD supposed to come back this week, that's going to be a scary team to play in the playoffs.
It will be. Kevin Durant always pops off in the playoffs. That's no question.
Now he's with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris
Chris
Paul.
Paul, that's crazy squad. And if they get Derrick Rose, it's going to be a great bench player. Just coming right off the bench, doing
Yeah.
the thing. I mean, just like wow. And with you saying with the Grizzlies, now do you see in the NBA Finals a winner coming out of the East or the West?
I honestly think it's going to be the East this year. It'll be either the Celtics, the Sixers, or the Bucks. Well, all those teams are so battle tested, and I think they're just so deep that they're equipped. They're going to win.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know. I have to disagree. I think I've been on this train for a little while now. And the West is just so loaded, in my opinion, that I think that whoever makes it out of the West is for sure like gonna be a champion. Like they've battled through everything. It's gonna be the last test. And like as my boy John Morant said, he's not worried about the West. He's worried about the Celtics. I know I'm not gonna say the Grizzlies are making the finals. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna be a delusional Grizzlies fan over here. That is my team, by the way, Nick. So with this going on, I mean, you got the Nuggets, the Kings out of nowhere are just freaking good.
They're having a great year.
They're going to be putting up a fight in the playoffs. I mean, especially after not being in the playoffs since like 2005. I mean, they're going to have something they want to prove. I'm looking at the list right now. You got the Suns, the Clippers with Kawhi, Paul George, now Russell Westbrook. If he can, start doing things. I think he had like over 20 in that double overtime game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got
17. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close,
close to 20, something like that. And then you got the Mavericks with Luca. I mean, come on.
And Kyrie
too.
Yeah. And then you got the Warriors are still in the fight, which is funny to say. And you got the Jazz. Now it kind of starts going down as you get near the play-in, but those top 6 teams in the West are going to be crazy. And then whenever I'm thinking about the East, I'm thinking, of course, Bucks, Sixers, Celtics. That's all I'm really thinking of. I mean, you got the Cavs who are playing great. Do I see the Cavs going to the finals? No. Do I see them going to the Eastern Conference Finals? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't. That's kind of a hot take if I were to say that, in my opinion. And then the Nets are still at 5th, but they're going to keep declining.
Dropping, yeah. And in the West, also, the Lakers picked up a lot. They can make the play-in, man. Who knows how they'll be in the playoffs?
Yeah,
they've made a lot of big moves this last couple of weeks.
The GM putting in the work.
Yeah.
Looking up to his name.
Yeah, well, he was limping last night, so let's hope he's okay. But yeah, I know that game was pretty rough on him. But yeah, I kind of think that because the East is so top heavy, that teams like Boston and Philly really aren't going to get battle tested until really the second or third round. And I think a lot of these teams in the West, like whoever has to play LA in the first round, if they get there. Like, if LA plays Sacramento in the first round, I don't see Sacramento beating LA. And I just think that by the time whatever team in the West gets to the finals, that whoever it is, Boston, Milwaukee, or Philly, they're gonna smack them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that a team out of the East will win because like the Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers, they don't have just like these superstars. Their bench is also really like solid players to play, and they can like while these superstars are benched like just getting a breather, these players can put up 15, 20 points themselves if they're a starter. So I agree. I think an East team will win. I don't think it's the 76ers. I think they tend to choke though in the playoffs.
Yeah. I just the way Embiid's been playing, I never want to count him out. He's always been one of the scarier players to me. I mean, I saw him make that half court shot. I mean, it was almost a full court shot, like it was nothing. But yeah, I agree with you. A lot of the teams in the East have, those star role players like the Alex Caruso's, the Marcus Smarts of the world, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis. A lot of these guys, hit threes, play their role, and they're comfortable giving it up to the main guy when it matters most, and that's why the Bucks won when they did, and that's why the Warriors won last year. They're like, all right, Curry, you shoot, we'll get out of the way. But when Poole needs to cook, he did.
Oh yeah, the hot girls were there, and they were ready to see.
He's giving them the look. Yeah,
it's great to see it. Now let's just move into our next segment, which is going to be our Mount Rushmore, the best handles of all time. Now the way that we do Mount Rushmores here, Nick, is it's no particular order. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just your top 4 all time.
Yeah.
Whoever you think has the best handles. Michael, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna start off with like the first thing I think is probably one of the best of all time, if not Kyrie Irving. He
Yeah.
is like amazing when it comes like his skill with dribbling the ball. And then after that, I also have Steph Curry on here. I mean, he's perfect. He's like the perfect point guard. He can dribble, he can shoot, but when it comes to dribbling, he knows how to get through these big guys and get to the basket. And after that, I have Allen Iverson. He's like I see him as the Kyrie before Kyrie, but when it comes to handling, he was like when the older days he was the ball handler. He was the flashy player on the teams. And then my last one, I think CP3 was very good. The point guard was a great handler. He's not the flashiest, but he can get through all these players dribbling
Yeah.
his handles. So yeah, that's my top 4.
Yeah,
Nick,
I like that
go ahead.
list. I like that list for sure. I honestly would keep I would keep everyone in there except Chris Paul. I think for me, I love the Steph Curry pick. I think he's one of the most underrated ball handlers of all time. Kyrie, I think, should unanimously be in there. But the one that I would put in is one of the original crossover gods. It would be Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, that's a
Real
great.
ones, yeah, real ones know what Tim Hardaway was capable of in the '90s.
That's very true. And like with my list, I'm agree with you guys. Steph Curry, Kyrie, Allen Iverson. Obviously, I think Allen Iverson kind of revolutionized ball handling, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I think he's one of those guys that kind of started it, made these guys big. Now, I'm going to disagree with you on Tim Hardaway and CP3. Give me Jamal Crawford. I think that
I like that pick.
yeah, no, Jamal Crawford, and like I was lucky enough to see him play, and even in his old age, man, he was still crossing up people like it was nothing. And I think that with Steph Curry being like one of the most underrated ball handlers of all time, I think Crawford is sorry. Jamal Crawford is definitely very underrated. And the list that I was
Yeah.
looking at online before this, people had him at 7th and 9th and maybe 5th. I think he's top 4 all time, and that's just my opinion. I remember in 2K2, this was a big thing for me growing up. 2K always used Jamal Crawford's crossover package.
I got burned so many times, man.
Like that,
13 to 15, my brother. Yeah.
your brother cook you in 2K a lot.
Oh, yeah. He played a lot of park, and it showed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You
Park
could
is where
not guard him.
Park separates the boys from the men.
Yeah.
You go and play rec, and I don't know. I used to cook in rec. I'm not gonna lie. Then I go to park, and then I get cooked.
Yeah, it's tough out there, though. It's tough,
Yeah.
especially nowadays. Yeah.
Oh my
There's
God.
too many tryhards in there. I just
Dude.
get cooked every single time. I'm done.
The tryhards that like get their paycheck and spend all of it on VC.
Yeah. Well, it's like every year there's one move that everyone just spams, and it's been Curry slide for a couple of
Every
years.
time.
Yeah.
It's a video game for you. But our next segment is going to be our start, bench, and cut. Self-explanatory. Who you're going to start, who you're going to bench, who you're going to cut. And with our first 3, we're going to have Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Steph Curry. Now, whenever Michael wrote the script, I looked at this and I was like, dude, this is hard. Like, what am I gonna do here?
I like making the hard ones.
No, the hard ones are the best.
Yeah.
I think I know what I'm gonna go here, though. I think I'm gonna let the
Honestly, Nick,
politics.
start us off.
Start us off with this
Yeah.
one.
I think as much as it hurts me, Kyrie is a transcendent talent, but given the antics and the fact that he might leave me anyway, I don't know what he's thinking. I love Kyrie, I love his game, but I'm sorry, Kyrie, I gotta cut you. I know these other 2 guys are gonna play through injury. They're gonna play through they're gonna chuck up threes for me, and they're gonna lead the team. And Kyrie has not proved that he can really lead a team.
Now, who are you gonna start?
So, I'm gonna start with Steph.
Yeah.
I think right now, if you go as good as Dame's playing, you can't count out Steph. He's the Finals MVP last year. I personally think that was the best version of Steph Curry we've ever seen. He upgraded his defense, and Dame is also a very underrated defender. But yeah, I'm gonna have to bench Dame, start Steph, cut Kyrie.
That's great. I actually agree with you totally. Like with Steph, he's the MVP. He knows how to lead his team. He's great with his teammates. He's a great team chemistry player. And Dame is just like that, but I'm putting Dame at bench because he hasn't gotten over that hump of not winning the finals. And Kyrie, he's just a team chemistry killer. He's like not good at that. He ruined the Celtics. That Celtics team was supposed to be like one of the best, and they were like projected to win the finals. But no, he's the reason that didn't work. And like he's flashy, he can put up the points, but just because of that team chemistry and he can't lead a team, that's why I'm putting him at my guy.
So for me,
Like it.
I'm starting Steph Curry. Whenever you're looking at this list, you're looking at a total of 5 rings, and Curry has 4 of them. So on top of that, give me Steph Curry. That's self-explanatory. Now for my cut, I'm cutting Dame, and I'll tell you why.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
like I agree with you guys, and this is why it was very hard. I will say it was very, very hard. Dame time. It's freaking Dame time, dude. He's putting up the numbers. He's putting it all in. He's loyal as any player I've ever watched. Um, but I put Kyrie, and like I do agree with you guys on all the chemistry and all that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, I'm looking at winning here. I'm looking at winning with a team with start bench, and with Kyrie on my bench, putting up the points. We just had him in all of our Mount Rushmores for best ball handles.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, the game time decision for me to pick him was I looked at Warriors versus Cavs in 2016, and I saw Kyrie Irving, hit that incredible shot and everything like that.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard has never even seen the floor of an NBA Finals. He's seen the floor of a Western Conference Finals, one time?
Yep.
So, that's why I picked it. I don't know. You guys can disagree with me, but
I can
No,
definitely.
I respect it. You got evidence to back that up, and you know what? Kyrie in 2016 was different. I personally think that's the best version of Kyrie we've seen.
yeah,
That was when ego didn't really play into his game as much, and he was very willing to, let LeBron take a lot of the shots as well. But when he needed to cook, it's Kyrie.
exactly. And I think that even now, Kyrie is still creating chemistry issues and all of that, but at the end of the day, he still wants to win.
Yeah.
So he has that winning mentality. He's now with Luca, and it's scary. It still is scary. I don't care about his chemistry. You hear he's teaming up with Luca, 2 superstars.
Yeah.
It's still a scary.
I think he also is like leaning back and we're like not trying to be the full on leader.
Yeah.
I think he is starting to realize like he's not good at it. So he's gonna I think he's gonna do better. But for our next one, I went point guard, shooting guard. So this is the shooting guard. It's Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, and Zach LaVine. Start bench count these 3. Hey, how about you start?
All right,
One?
I'll start us off. So I'm starting D-Book, a guy that's put up 70 points against yours truly, the Celtics. A guy that has been to a finals, of course. And, Devin Booker's Devin Booker. I've never had an issue with him. He's an excellent player. He's a star player. He's an all-star, of course. And then this is where it gets iffy with Jaylen Brown and Zach LaVine, because Zach LaVine is a very key player. He's a player that you're going to want on your team. Dunk contest champion. That doesn't really matter these days, but he did win it. And, he has a crazy dribble package, crazy dunk package, everything you could ask for. And then you got Jaylen Brown, who's obviously a great player, a person that he's been in multiple MVP races near like the end of it in the top 10 for a few years now. And on top of that, you got Jaylen Brown, he's been to a finals, everything like that. Now, for my bench, I'm benching Jaylen Brown for the sole fact that he's a guy that's going to get the bucket. Like with Zach LaVine, I mean, when I think of Zach LaVine, I don't think of him being on the level of Jaylen Brown. Honestly, I think that it's still close between these guys when you're doing a start bench cut. But Jaylen Brown is on a different level than Zach LaVine, and I mean Jaylen he's had the opportunity to be on better teams than Jaylen Brown has. Jaylen Brown's got to work with Kyrie, and he's worked with Jason Tatum, who's in the MVP race right now. Zach LaVine hasn't had that. He really hasn't. You've been on the crappy Timberwolves team. Maybe you had Cat. Okay, it's Cat. Cat's great, but he's not at the level, especially now he was playing at back then. And then now he's on the Bulls. Bulls are all right. I'm not gonna lie, but they've dealt with a lot of injuries, and they can never get over that hump. So yeah, start D-Book, bench Jaylen Brown.
All right, Nick. What about you?
Yeah, I like those picks. For me, I'm a little higher on Jaylen Brown than Devin Booker, and I guess maybe that's recency bias because both of them have been in back-to-back finals. But I'm gonna go with the most recent to take his team to the finals. I guess Booker was more of a main component of that team than Jaylen Brown. But I think what Jaylen Brown does for his team, the defensive assignments he takes on, I think is really, really close. But I'm going to start Jaylen Brown. I'm going to bench Devin Booker, and I'm going to cut Zach LaVine because I honestly, as much as I love Zach LaVine, like you said, dunk contest champion, but I just don't think he's on the same level as those two.
Yeah.
He hasn't proven yet that he can be even a secondary guy on a team that can go far in the playoffs. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, me and him just agree on the same things. I am starting Jaylen Brown and benching D-Book. I think Jaylen Brown, D-Book is the number one guy. Well, maybe not anymore with KD coming, but we'll see how that goes. But D-Book was the number one guy on that Suns team. Jaylen Brown's the number two. And I think Jaylen Brown, put him on another team without Jason Tatum, he's the number one player on that team, depending on the team, obviously. I think he can put up those big number games. Maybe not 71 points, obviously, because that's like super hard for a player. But he can put up those points, and he's a great defender. But D-Book, I really like watching D-Book. He's one of my favorite players in the league, and I just think Jaylen Brown's a little bit ahead of him when it comes to all around playing style. And Zach LaVine, yeah, like y'all said, he's very dunking. He's number one on this list, but it's not a dunk contest. I think he has a very high ceiling, but these teams he's playing on. I don't really know with Zach LaVine. We'll see how it goes, but he's also kind of gets injured every once in a while. But yeah, I'm starting Jaylen Brown, benching D-Book, cutting LaVine.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe there's a little Boston bias in there, but
yeah, then obviously there's also Boston bias.
Yeah. I mean, because Michael just said, "Oh, he put up 71. He's a star player," but I think Jaylen Brown is more well-rounded than him.
I think he's way better defender than him.
Than D-Book?
I think he's a better defender than D-Book.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Maybe by just a tad, honestly. Okay, but
I just remember Game 5 of the 2021 Finals. Who had the ball stolen from Devin Booker?
Man. Well,
costly turnover, man.
Anyway,
I respect you guys' picks.
We're gonna head into our last basketball segment of today, which is gonna be NBA games of the week. So I'm gonna give on the best game, in my opinion. I think the best games of the week will be for Tuesday. I'm starting off with the Lakers versus Grizzlies game. I think this is actually gonna be a really interesting game to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
With this new Lakers team, obviously, and the top team with the Grizzlies. So, what do y'all think about this game?
I mean, I think that's actually going to be evenly matched for this game. I think that I think the Grizzlies, like you mentioned before, they're a lot of talk, but I think that they can back it up. I don't care where this game's being played at. I think the Grizzlies are winning this.
It's in Memphis.
It's in Memphis.
Yeah, it's in Memphis.
FedEx Forum is going to go crazy.
Yeah. I like that pick. Memphis is going to be loud. I don't know if LeBron's going to be back. I don't know what his status is right now because he was seen limping after the last game. But yeah, I know I'll be turning that game on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do think the Grizzlies will win. Well, actually, if LeBron's playing, I think they would be a lot closer. But I do think the Grizzlies will win. Like that video, I saw him like he got hurt. He's like saying, "I heard it pop." Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. Like I didn't really see what it was. I hope he's okay. But I think the Grizzlies will win. Like without LeBron, it's like I think it's pretty easy to say the Grizzlies will win. But with LeBron, it's going to be a lot closer than I think.
Yeah,
a lot of people think.
I agree.
I don't know. With LeBron, there's obviously always the chance that he's just going to galvanize the squad together and you're going to win no matter who it is. Like, there's some nights he just decides he's going to wake up and carry a bunch of bums to a win. Even at this age, like, that's what he does. So I never want to count it out, especially if LeBron's playing. But, I guess if Jared Vanderbilt can play the way he did the other night and AD can be the best player on this team, then, yeah, I'd still give this team a chance. But, yeah, what Memphis has been doing, and honestly, they'll talk shit and they'll win while they do it. That's what I
think. Unless it's the Warriors.
For Wednesday, I have there's actually a lot of good games on Wednesday, but the one I think is going to stand out the most is 76ers at Heat. The Embiid and Embiid's going off now. Like he's having a great season. I think he's going to carry. Like this team can go far in the playoffs.
Do you see him winning MVP?
I actually don't know. There's so many good like candidates for MVP this season. So I really,
the race is really close this year.
Mhm.
yeah.
I was looking at the odds on FanDuel today, and it's pretty close. There's probably still 5 or 6 guys that still have a shot at it.
I think Jokic
This
is
late
still
in the season is pretty rare.
Yeah, I think that Jokic is still in the league right now to win. That's gonna be cool if he would three-peats.
Dude, if he three-peats, oh my gosh, bro. Like that's
he deserves
insane.
it, dude. He's like having like crazy years. It's insane how good he is.
Yeah. But then the LeBron narrative is going to start, and everyone's going to start expecting him to win. They're going to try and push him out of Denver, and all these narratives will pop up just like
yeah.
always.
But
I'm still trying to see Jokic and Doncic. Honestly, I think
Oh,
that will be
So
awesome.
that dude would be insane.
They already got the chemistry, and they're against their rivals.
I would see Luka coming to Denver over Jokic going to Dallas.
Mark Cuban, man.
I
Mark
don't know.
Cuban knows how to work it.
He does know how to work
He
it.
got Kyrie already.
Anyway, 76ers at Heat. There's also Cavs at Celtics that day, and
I need to go with that game. I like that game.
yeah,
Big East matchup.
Yeah, but we can talk about both. I think, but for the 76ers, Heat, I think 76ers are going to win this one.
Yeah,
it's in Miami, but I don't really think that's going to matter.
Kyle Lowry's still out, and I think that he actually plays a bigger part on that team.
It's just that the Heat are on a 4-game losing streak as well, and they're down to win one. Jimmy Butler's getting frustrated. You can see those post-game interviews. But I still think the 76ers are going to pull this one through.
Nick?
Yeah, I like that game. I was looking at getting tickets to that game, and I'm pretty pissed I didn't because now we're talking about it. But yeah, very important for both those teams. Miami right now, I'm pretty sure they're behind New York, and like you said, they're on a losing streak. So anytime you're behind New York and you're trying to make the playoffs, you kind of want to dial up the effort, right? So I want Miami to win the game just because. Not too fond of Philly, and honestly, Jimmy Butler's on my fantasy team, and he's been pretty bad lately. So I'm rooting for him to have one of those, 40-point triple doubles. But I don't know, Phil. It's just kind of some days Jimmy wakes up and he just doesn't feel like playing that hard. That's what it looks like to me.
They have his 10-point games, they wake up like, actually, I want to try today, and then he scores like 34. But yeah,
I swear some nights he'll grab 2 rebounds, and it's baffling to me.
It really is. And
he's tired.
I'm really hoping this. I really want the Heat to win. I hate the 76ers so much, but I just don't see them losing.
And we're in Florida too. Go Heat.
But like the Cavs and Celtics too. That's 2 top teams in the East battling out. The Cavs with a very young, solid, very solid team. Honestly, I didn't think they would be this good this year. I thought they were going to be good, but I didn't think they would be this good.
Yeah. I think it's always a complete win whenever you see like LeBron kind of struggling with the Lakers and the Cavs being like a top 4 seed. It's like I'm not like a big LeBron hater or anything, but it's just funny to see like him switching all these teams. The whole drama with Cleveland. It's good to see like Cleveland, making a playoff push. It's good. Yeah,
it's funny you guys talk about Cleveland. My co-host, he's gonna be mad when he finds out because that's his team, and he can talk Cleveland all day. Mobley's his guy. He loves Donovan. Ever since they got that trade, he went crazy. And me being a Knicks fan, we were supposed to get him. So yeah, the Donovan comes up quite a bit, and watching him put up 71 just crushed me. It really did.
Dude, who are the Knicks like not supposed to get? Every season, I see every single player in a Knicks jersey or Lakers jersey.
Yeah, I don't believe it anymore. Anytime you hear anything like this deadline, we were supposed to get Zach LaVine. What happened? Nothing.
No, it always nothing.
The only thing we did was trade Cam Reddish for Josh Hart, which that really moved the needle for us.
Yeah. Well, there's one more day that we're going to talk about. That's Thursday. There's 4 games, and out of those 4 games, I think the best one is the Clippers at Warriors on Thursday night. Both teams above 500. Clippers with the Russ now and Warriors with Steph. That's a closer game. I think it's going to be. Who would I put over?
Is Curry? Is he going to come back for that game?
I think
I know he's probable to return like 1 to 2 weeks, but if he's back for that game, I got the Warriors.
Yeah, it depends if he's back. But I actually don't know if he's going to be back. I heard it's probable that he's going to come back, but I'm not sure for sure. But I think the Clippers are going to win this one. I think Kawhi and Paul George and Russ is actually it's pretty good.
Yeah, like you said, I think it's going to be close. I got to go Clippers as well. I'm basing this solely off of the few Clippers games that I watched, and one of them was against the Kings. And I think that this Clippers team can be legit. And I think that against the Warriors, and I don't care which stadium it's played at, I think that the game time changing factor for this game is Steph. If Steph's not there, I think we're looking at a Clippers, not complete W, but I'd say like 90% I got Clippers. I don't even know what the odds are, but I don't know. That's who I got.
Yeah, but that's everything for basketball.
So basketball is going to end. So that's going to do it with our time with Nick from the 6ixManPodcast. Nick, we can't thank you enough for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Insight. Yeah, man. Now, for all you guys listening, he streams on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. He has an Instagram. He has a link tree, so you can go and like all that stuff. We're going to have it in our description, so don't worry about it. It's right all there. I love listening to him and his co-host. Sorry. Him and his co-host, they chop it up about NBA all the time. Got some funny titles that make you click it. I love to see it, man. If you want any of the great NBA news this season, go and check them out. Me and Mike try and do it, but man, there's so much we got to talk about. So if you want a more inside scoop with the NBA, check out the 6ixManPodcast, our friends in Canada. And again, man, just thank you for coming on.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys, and it was a blast. I look forward to partnering with you guys in the future. We got lots coming for season 3, and we'll have you guys on quite a bit because I know you guys know your football.
Can't wait.
I appreciate you guys' time. Appreciate you having me, and I've been watching you guys. You big moves. Road to 1K. I'm on board.
Let's get it, man. Road to 1K. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I'm hyped.
Thank you, Nick, man. And we'll be able to catch you in the next one.
That was the 6ixManPodcast. Make sure y'all go check them out. Great stuff over there. But for the rest of the show, we're going to start off with Fight Club. And there's 2 things going on in the fighting world right now. This weekend is the Jon Jones return against Cyril Gane. This is going to be a huge fight. Jon Jones hasn't fought since 2020.
Wow.
He's going up for a heavyweight championship fight.
I think that, back whenever we kind of just started ATC, you predicted, Jon Jones coming back.
Yeah, it was made that return, the McGregor and Jon Jones return. And guess what? They're both going back this year. Their fights have been announced. And Jon Jones is the first to fight. He's going up against it's a vacant heavyweight title because the guy named Francis Ngannou, who I predicted he was going to fight, he's actually leaving the UFC because he's too wuss to fight Jon Jones.
Wow. Baby.
But he's fighting Cyril Gane, who's 11-1. Jon Jones is 26-1. Jon Jones is known as the greatest UFC fighter of all time to many. And this is his return fight. It's been years in the making. And I think it's going to be awesome to watch. It's UFC 285 on March 4th this weekend. Make sure y'all tune in. It's going to be a great watch. But other than this,
welterweight.
Other than this, Jake Paul, his fight. Me and Nick both watched it yesterday.
Yeah,
man, they just love each other, bro. They love hugging each other, bro. Like, oh, come here, bro. Let me give you a little hug.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Sarcastaball episode with South Park where Randy Marsh's like, why don't we just all hug each other?
Yeah, let's just hug it out.
Give each other compliments.
Is that really what you want? yeah. That's what.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude. Was that really Jake Paul's way of playing defense?
Was his worst. Not his worst. He didn't have a lot of good shots in there. It was one of his worst fights. Not his worst, but one of his lower fights. I don't think Tommy won. I think it was more of a draw.
Me too.
I think it was more of a draw. Tommy was complaining that it was a slip and not a knockdown. Bro, you got punched in the face and he fell. That's not a slip.
Yeah.
He went right down from that punch.
Yeah.
That was a good punch. I remember, like, we were watching with a couple of our friends and my brothers. Me, Andrew, and Johnny just got super hyped. Like, we just jumped over the helmet. We thought, bro, he's actually going to do it. And then, nope, they just went right back to hugging right after.
I know, bro. It's
like,
pace.
it gets you hyped, and then they just went to hugging. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's so much of it. They loved each other.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, this is Jake Paul's first loss, and it sadly came to a real boxer. But at the same time, Tommy Fury himself said Jake Paul is a real boxer.
Yeah, he said he actually said Jake Paul, like he was calling out KSI and stuff, saying like KSI, he's not Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul is obviously I love KSI. Like, I love watching his videos, but Jake Paul I think is the best YouTube boxer, and I think he's good enough to become an actual boxer if he fixes that defense and stops hugging. Like, he has a nasty right hand. Like, it knocks out people. Like, I think he's really good, and he's accurate with his punches. Like, in this fight, he was actually the more accurate puncher. And I had it pulled up actually. Like, more landed punches was Tommy Fury. He threw more. He did throw more, but when it came to bodies landed, Jake Paul was 31%, while Tommy was 29%. His jabs were more accurate. He landed 32% of his jabs, while Tommy landed 25%. And then their power, Tommy did take the upper hand. He had 33%, while Jake had 30%. I think Tommy he showed that he's better than people were thinking he was.
Yeah.
Like, he showed that, like, he admitted that he was scared for 2 years, and he backed out, but he came to camp and he showed that he's actually a good fighter, and like he didn't want to drop that name, but there's so much pressure on him. You're like not a Fury anymore if you lose. Like, imagine the pressure he had.
Yeah, I bet. And I mean, he was able to overcome it. It was just a great match, and it was an even match.
It was even.
Which the announcers love talking about. It's a 50-50 match like the entire time. But then on top of that, the guy that was their interviewer that you told me at the beginning, like, doesn't like Jake Paul, doesn't think he's a real fighter. Bro was like choked up at the end.
Yeah, I don't know why. He was like, because like in interviews with him, like when it was just like the before interviews, he's like, if you lose, you're gonna admit you're not like a real boxer or something. And then in the interview, I don't know, you're like saying, I don't know if you saw this, but he was interviewing Logan Paul literally right during the fight, and Logan Paul's giving a message to his brother. He's like, I love you, bro. And then he responds, I love you too. Like, bro, he's not talking to you.
Yeah, that was really funny. Then on top of that, I mean, like, this interview guy, I think his entire mindset changed after the game, and match. I think that this happens. I think this is gonna like change a lot of people's minds about Jake Paul, and I think it already has. If people didn't believe he was a real boxer, I think that now people do. I think that if he would have won the fight, it would have been everybody, but I think that more people are coming around to it, and this, like Jake Paul said, it's a humbling experience. Jake Paul I think he's gonna come back. I think he's gonna come back and beat like another boxer.
It's gonna be a rematch, they said.
Yeah, okay, that's gonna be like the next fight?
Yeah, like that. He said KSI's on his list, but he wants this back first. So I think there's a rematch clause, so this fight's definitely going to happen again. And it also, Jake Paul was saying about something. He said, don't judge him by his wins, judge him by his losses, which is true. Like, he lost, but he showed he was good. Like, he showed he can land big hits and knock boxers down. Also, it shows that it's not scripted. Like, Jake Paul lost. If the scripts, like, I never believed they were scripted. At least maybe at first when he was like just coming, like fighting Deji or stuff like that. I was like, maybe, but it shows he's an actual good boxer. He fights the other UFC fighters, but they're still fighters. They take these strong punches, and it shows he can win against these people. And but at the very end, there's a reporter in his post match thing. They're like, did you see Drake actually bet on you? He goes, this is Drake's fault.
Yeah. The Drake curse is back.
The Drake curse is back. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe this is the first of many. But
probably.
Yeah, that's all I have to say for that. I'm excited to see his next fight, though. I do want to see a rematch of that. I do think Jake, it was a draw. I actually think it was more leaning towards Jake, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for Fight Club.
Yeah, one last thing I want to say is Jake Paul actually has a fire quote. I don't know if you've been able to hear it, but he's like, even if I walked on water, they would still say I can't swim.
Oh yeah, that is.
And that is actually a fire quote. And I saw some TikTok of a guy. He's like, okay, just because Jake Paul said it, I'm gonna say it and like act like I said it. And I was like, shut the fuck up,
Bro, you're so cool, bro.
Like, come on, dude, shut up.
Jake Paul has grown on me. He has grown on me. He's annoying at times. Before the fight.
I mean, like, he was doing that because the interview guy, like,
Yeah.
he obviously didn't like him.
It was kind of funny. I was like, bro, what?
It's very funny. Like, people, you know, I like that about Jake. Like, I like that he's able to roll with the punches, quite literally. I mean, he's able to like take all the negativity and everything like that.
And
Now,
turn it into something better.
yeah, and Jake Paul, I mean, he's lied about some stuff, saying about like, oh, dude, it was hard for me as a kid and all this crap. He lived in like a 2-story house.
It's just something to like get it like in.
Yeah, and I mean like that's just Jake for you. And then his whole thing is like problem child, whatever.
It's a cool nickname. I'm not gonna lie, that is a cool nickname.
Yeah, and like with Jake, I mean, it's just he's entertaining, and that's what makes it fun.
And that's why it gets the tickets sold.
Exactly, he's a very good marketer as well.
Him and his brother, they're both super smart.
Yeah.
But Logan Paul with WWE is like known as like people are saying he's actually like a very good WWE athlete, I guess, actor.
Like what? Yeah, that's
what would you call a WWE thing?
WWE
athlete. Actor/athlete.
Like, yeah, because you do have to be good at both. You do have to be good at acting
because
too.
like it is an actual sport. Like they're running around and like they're jumping off all these things. But
and you actually do get injured in the WWE.
Yeah, like
things
Logan
like
Paul actually like tore his like knee or something. It was a
Yeah.
pretty fast return. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty iffy. Like it was like made like it was like super bad, and then he came back like a few months later and like another WWE match. I'm not saying it wasn't an injury. I'm saying he like made it out to be a lot worse than it was.
Yeah, the WWE, and I will always say that the WWE is made for kids.
There's some interesting things in there though. Like
And
when they have celebrities, like I watched like one. I don't watch it. I watch clips of it. I want to see what how Logan Paul looks in it. Because people are like going crazy on TikTok saying, "Oh my God, he's actually super good." So I like go and watch those. And I see that he's good for the WWE. He's not good like his boxing career. Yeah, he's like just throws.
Yeah,
But
tied Floyd Mayweather.
No, he claims he won. He
claims he won, but
bro, watching that Floyd Mayweather fight, man, he needs to go to Jake's camp if he wants to know how to box.
Will we ever see a Jake versus Logan fight?
I think Jake would win.
Of course.
I think Jake will win. Unless Logan starts looking like an actual boxer.
I think that would be awesome to watch. Like Jake Paul's last event, him versus his brother.
That would be so cool to watch. That would be awesome. Bro, imagine Jake knocking him out. Oh my God. For KSI would be on Logan's team as their partners.
And just the bragging rights that you would have as a brother. Like this is like all the fights as a brother growing up. Like you fight your brother, having fun, all that stuff. This is in a real ring.
And he's the younger brother.
Yeah, exactly. That's a shot to a lot of reputation.
Logan, bro, but Logan knows how to bounce back. He loses all the time, and he bounces back and gets bigger. Yeah. It's good for him. Props to him for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's gonna wrap up Fight Club, and we're gonna do Around the League MLB. Baseball is back.
It is back.
Spring training started this weekend, and before we get into that, there's one big news that happened. Manny Machado, he signed his extension with the Padres, 11 years, $350 million.
Wow.
A lot of money for I hate Manny Machado. I'm not even into that. I'm biased, so I can't even say anything. Fuck him. Anyways, spring training has started. It's been one weekend in spring training, obviously, but there's I'm excited to see these foreign players coming in. It's our first outing of them. For the Red Sox, there's Masataka Yoshida. I think I pronounced that right. He's from Japan. He is showing out of these 2 games, he's hit a home run and he's gone on I think maybe 2 home runs. He's showing he's going to be a good signing for the Red Sox. And with the Yankees, their number 1 prospect is showing off his speed, stealing bases, and he's showing that he can get on base. And also, this AL East division is going to be really scary. And Vlad Jr. is already, I think he hit 2 or 3 home runs this spring training already.
Has it been 2 games? Maybe 3?
Two games, I think. Red Sox have played officially 1 game against another major league team and then another game against I think a Newport team or something. But the East is going to be scary this year. It's gonna be really scary.
And if you're like John, any team is gonna win.
The Yankees, I think they're gonna win, but the Rays, they're up there as well. The Blue Jays, though, dude, they could win. The Red Sox have a good shot, but also the Orioles. I think they could do something.
So who will be number one?
Man, Yankees, I guess, but I can't put like an order on it, bro. I can't put an order on it.
The Orioles will still be last.
Yeah, Orioles will be last. No disrespect to John. We're just having little jokes. But it's funny how he explains stuff. It's funny how
John, we miss you, man.
But yeah, we already went through AL East, but I'm excited to see where this season goes. I want to go to a couple of spring training games, see the Red Sox and Minnie Fenway. I wanted to go see them play the Tigers, but I won't be here in town. That's disappointing. But also the Cardinals, they're gonna be looking like a good team. I know you're a fan of them.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Goldschmidt's coming back. It's gonna be fun to watch them. See how far they get this year. It's in a tough NL National League with the Dodgers, Padres.
They're aiming for a wild card. I wouldn't say anything more than that.
Wild card. I mean, they could win their division, honestly, because they're not in the same division as. Wait, actually, yeah, they are. Thinking.
That's who.
Hold on, let me just check. I hate the standings though with the spring training. I think I'll come back to that in a second, but the Cardinals, they're in the Central. I was right.
Yeah.
They can win that division easily.
They're actually really good. I mean, the only competition I'd say is Brewers.
No, the Cubs made some big signings. I think Brewers have been on the decline. Yeah. I'd say Cardinals will win. Cubs, Brewers. Central is definitely the easiest division in the National League.
Mm-hmm.
West being the strongest. They have Padres and Dodgers.
Yeah.
That's a scary, scary division to play. And then the East are also, they have 4 great teams. 3 great teams, 2 mid teams in there. But yeah, with spring training, I think of this like to make it more fun. They should have like a little tournament at the very end.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
Because like these are spring training is for mainly obviously the main players to just get back used to it, but it's also for these young prospects to get their shot, see why they should be in the league, and it'll be fun to watch. They're playing for the major league team too. A little like at the end because there is standings. There's 2 divisions. There's the grapefruit, the grapefruit and the cactus league, and have like a little tournament at the very end.
They really should, and I mean, I think that the summer league for NBA already does it.
Yeah,
they already have a summer league champion. Now with this and spring training, obviously there's a cactus league and the grapefruit league because they want them to be in like different places. Because for Arizona and Florida.
Yeah, Arizona and Florida.
So I would say it'd be fun if you just had like a league tournament.
Yeah.
I think I don't think that the MLB would go out of their way to host like a whole like neutral site for it. And
give Florida and Arizona to see what a championship could feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like in the Rays here. Well, Marlins, it's been a while, but Arizona and Florida don't really see World Series coming here often. But that's gonna wrap it up for Around the League MLB. But this next segment is something new, and we are excited to talk about. We call it the Sports of Tomorrow. And the first one we're doing today, is something I saw, and I was like, "What the hell is this? This cannot be real." It is called chess boxing.
I'm excited to hear about this.
So chess boxing, I looked it up. It's a real thing. There's two leagues of it. Like it's like a something. But what is it? It's a wild mix-up of 2 of mankind's oldest sporting obsessions. Opponents battle on the board and then slug it out in the ring, alternating between rounds of chess and boxing until there's a winner by checkmate or knockout.
Wow. Literally,
it goes round 1 chess. No one gets anywhere. Round 2, boxing. Round 3, chess. Then if the winner is getting knocked out or a checkmate.
That's cool.
It is cool. And then just imagine like someone all bloodied up, like literally one hit knocks them out, but the bell rings and they just go and start playing chess, like hung over. Checkmate and he wins.
Now with this chess, how long is do you know how long the chess match or chess rounds are? They like 5 minutes?
I think it's like 5 minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes in that range. But let me find the two leagues. There's two leagues actually of it.
And where is this based out of?
Finland, Russia, United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, literally anywhere. It's active around the world.
Yeah, just not in America.
I think there actually is smaller ones in America, but it's like not as big in America. It's like any fighting event. Like it'll be hosted in different countries.
This needs to get big with us, man.
It really does.
ATC needs to be covering chess boxing. Needs to show up to chess boxing events.
Bro, I would go see that. That would be funny to watch. Yeah, there's the World Chess Boxing Organization and the World Chess Boxing League or something like that. I can't find the second one, but I saw it. Is chess boxing a real thing? World Chess Boxing Organization and World Chess Boxing Association. Those are the two.
Interesting.
Bro, I would love to go see one of these. Just
Yeah.
like, because like obviously they're not top fighters, but seeing chess players, just like these buff guys playing chess, and they just go knocking each other out.
It's great because you got to be both mentally and physically ready. It's a great sport, actually. I'm glad you found this.
I am glad I found it.
We need to find like our favorite chess boxer.
Yeah, that's chess boxer. Bro, Logan Paul, like he goes around different fighting sports. Go to this one.
For real, he could like make it big.
He
could own it.
He could. It's probably not that hard to own.
They should have like they should have checker boxing too for like kind of like dumber people.
People that aren't so bright up there.
Yeah, they would just play the checkers and then they go fight.
I can't play chess. Fine, we'll give you checkers. Checker boxing.
Man, there's so many options with that. We can do anything. Uno boxing.
Uno boxing.
Poker boxing.
Uno MMA or something. Literally getting wrestled, nearly choked out, switches it to Uno.
That'd be fire.
That would be fire. I think we're onto something here.
I think we are. Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, chess
Invest
boxing.
in us.
Chess boxing. I'm definitely gonna look out and watch one of those fights. I was watching some videos. It's very funny.
We need to find our guy. We need to find the guy we
will
root
sponsor
for.
you. Have you on?
Ooh.
Have you on? What's it like? What's it like chess boxing? Are you better at chess or boxing?
That's a fair question though, and I'm just ready. Like we gotta find the GOAT. The one that's great at chess and at boxing.
Do you consider yourself the GOAT of chess boxing? Yes. I think any of them would say that. Like it's not, if you have a winning thing, like come on, you better consider yourself a GOAT.
Yeah, we gotta definitely look into this afterwards.
Yeah, but that's gonna conclude Sport of Tomorrow. There's a lot of different ones out there. We're excited with this segment. It's gonna be more into detail. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about kabaddi. That one's for you, Mr. Andy.
Also, I'm excited to talk about the pillow fighting league.
Oh yeah,
we'll get into that.
And I'm excited to talk about lingerie football.
Alright, that's going to end the Sport of Tomorrow. But we'll head right into the countdown. The hardest names to say in the NFL currently.
Yeah. Man, it was kind of hard to find. Like, I knew, like, about 3 players off the top of my head, and I was like, man, I really don't.
Yeah, same. I was like, I'm not going to say it. I had to look it up because I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Something like
and, like, a lot of the lists were, like, just all time. It's very hard to find, like, a current list.
Yeah. But do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So, at my number 5, this was one of the ones right off the top of my noggin. Tua Tagovailoa. I think I pronounced it right. And honestly, I don't even have the pronunciations for these names, so this is just going to make it 10 times better. And at my number... At my number 4. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to look at this. Kyle Juszczyk. Or Yoshjic.
You're gonna like spell these out to me till I write them down.
Yoshjic. Here, you're just like at my list, man. If you want to spell it, but yeah.
Juszczyk.
Juszczyk. That's it. I was trying to Juszczyk.
Of the 49ers.
Yeah, of course. What is even his nickname?
I couldn't tell you, man. I could not tell you.
Actually, one of the best fullbacks of our time.
Honestly, one of the best fullbacks ever.
And I mean, fullback position is dying, in my opinion.
Patriots don't even use it anymore.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teams that don't use it. But at my number 3, give me Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh.
It's not Suh.
No, it's Sue. At least from what I remember.
Wow. I've called him that since I watched him on the Dolphins in like 2017. So.
I'm pretty sure it's Sue. I'm pretty positive it's Sue, actually.
Ndamukong
Suh.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
I told you, bro. Without these, it's just better. So then my number 2, Chikozimi Okanakowo. Okanakowo. It's gotta be that. Okanakowo. Chigozimi. It's gotta be. It's something like that. He plays for the Titans, and that's actually how I knew him. A lot of people would, drop him back and forth in fantasy football this year, tight end. But yeah.
All right.
And then my number 1 is gonna be Yannick Ngakui. Ngakui?
I don't want to mispronounce it and say something I don't want to say.
And what was funny was whenever I was looking this up, people the top thing on Google, it's Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
I would see that everywhere.
Well, do you want to know something? Why?
Why?
Because it's not pronounced Kelsey. It's pronounced Kels.
Kels?
That's my number 5, the Kels brothers. Apparently, it's pronounced Kels and not Kelsey, and everyone's been wrong the whole time.
Dude, I mean, commentators, everyone.
They just gave up or something. It's Kels apparently. I saw this actually.
It's Polish.
Yeah, I saw this a few weeks ago actually. I'm pretty positive it's Kels, but everyone just calls him Kelsey. But that's why number 5.
Welcome to America. We do things differently around here.
My number 5, the Kels brothers, Travis Kelce and Jason Kels. No, for Kels, Travis Kels and Jason Kels. And my number 4, I agree, Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh.
Sure.
And then my number 3, Tua Tagovailoa.
I think it's Tua Tagovailoa.
Viola?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm just saying that based off what I've heard in college commentators, because they were able to find.
Bro, I cannot be a commentator just for this reason. I'd mess it up.
Hey, if this was college, God, we'd be in some trouble. I cannot pronounce DJ Ugalele. Ugalele? Is that it? Is that just it? I feel like I'm missing something.
I'm pretty sure it's ukulele.
And then and I got Nico Yamalevea, which I don't even know if I'm actually saying that right, because I had to watch him say it about 50 times, and I still don't know if it's right.
Anyway, my number 2, this is a Chiefs O-lineman, Prince Wanogahu. Wanogahu.
Wanogahu. Can we see it?
Wanogahu.
Wanna go. That's it.
Wanna go.
I think so.
Wanna go.
I need to keep up more with defensive linemen.
The GH just confuses me right here. It goes WANOGHO.
H is usually silent in some things. So it could be go.
Go. Wanna go. What? That's why. Why just don't put the H, bro. When you pick your name, just don't put the H.
Yeah, when you pick your last name.
Prince Wanna go.
All right, let's hear your number 1.
And then my number 1, I agree with you. Yannick Ngakou. Ngakou.
I think it's something like that.
Yannick Ngakou of a Colts D lineman, right? Ngakou. It's like I think it's Ngakou.
Let us know, man. If you can pronounce it vividly, just send us a voice message on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you say
Also,
it.
give us more. We plan on doing this one with different leagues as well. But I just thought NFL is the most.
I can't wait to get to Giannis. I can never.
Bro, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. There's got to be that. Antetokounmpo.
I think his brother Is it Thanos or Thanos? Thanos.
I think it's Thanos.
Thanos. Oh, that's another. We'll get to it.
Of course.
But that's gonna end it up for the countdown. We're gonna head right into our last segment, Draft Day, which is best TV theme songs of all time.
Yeah. So who's gonna go first?
I'm gonna.
And now with these drafts that we do, man, can we up since it's just me and you, can we do 7 picks?
Yeah, let's do 7.
Let's do 7 because I feel like these drafts are so hard to just fit 5 in. There's just so many.
Yeah,
especially with this one.
This is very
vague.
It really doesn't matter. It looks like I'm gonna get first pick. Damn, I really wish I got second, I'm not gonna lie. But it doesn't really matter, it's only 2. So I'll be going first. In the first pick, I'm gonna go Friends. I'll be Such a good
I mean, I think it's one of the best all time. Give me SpongeBob.
obviously SpongeBob.
Yeah, I think that's just.
All right, so
up there.
Mike went Friends. Nick went SpongeBob.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Now I'm gonna go Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, for me, I think I'm gonna go with also one of the classics, Cheers.
Yeah. Very underrated. It's actually the song itself is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
I mean
it's such a good song. Nick went Fresh Prince. I went Cheers in that round. And this next one, I'm gonna go. So many good ones. I'm gonna go the Addams Family.
Yeah, that's very classic. I wasn't even really thinking that. With my next one, I'm gonna go with the Full House theme.
Such a good one.
Dude, it's so classic. And then go ahead and say that round.
All right, so I picked Addams Family. Nick took Full House.
And now I'm just gonna go ahead and give me the Golden Girls theme.
I wasn't even thinking them, bro.
Yeah, no, that song is awesome.
Such a good one. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna go the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that, man.
Bro, there's so many in this.
No, yeah, there really is, and Brady Bunch is just incredible.
It's just classic right there. So Golden Girls with Nick, Brady Bunch for me. Ooh, now it's getting down there, huh?
Getting dicey.
It is. Honestly, there's enough to go even farther than 7.
There really is, but let's just keep it at 7.
All right. Now this is a hard one. I'm gonna go Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
There you go. Okay. How many picks are left?
So 1, 2, 3. That was my 5th.
Okay. Give me the Phineas and Ferb theme song.
Phineas and Ferb. That round, Mike took Mr. Rogers, Nick took Phineas and Ferb. Go ahead.
You know, this is I kind of forgot about this, but this isn't even on my list. But now that I think about it, Family Guy.
That's on my list.
That's actually like just such a classic theme song. I feel like everybody almost knows it. That's seen even one clip from it.
Yeah, I had Family Guy on my list. I'm thinking like literally any Disney.
Yeah,
Nick,
they're all good.
They're all good. But
at least when we were kids.
At least when we were kids, yeah. Do I want to go? I think I'm gonna go Disney with my last one. I'm gonna go with my person. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go X-Files.
Okay.
X-Files.
The Illuminati theme.
Yeah, X-Files, dude. It's great. And then that round, Family Guy and X-Files. And with my last pick, it's my last pick. Wow. Let's go. Good Luck, Charlie.
Very good. So I'm just gonna. I kind of stopped doing this, but I'm gonna go back to it. Just doing something kind of stupid with my last pick. Doing something that feels a really good theme song. Lego Ninjago theme song.
Lego Ninjago.
That song is catchy. I mean, especially as a kid. Ninjago. It's good.
Oh, it is like there's so many like. Here, let me go over the teams real quick. Team Mike consists of Friends, Cheers, The Addams Family, The Brady Bunch, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, X-Files, and Good Luck Charlie. Team Nick, SpongeBob, Fresh Prince, Full House, Golden Girls, Phineas and Ferb, Family Guy, and Lego Ninjago. Bro, there's so many we missed too.
Oh yeah, and the thing is like I don't normally say this, but I feel like I'm always down to give credit where credit's due. You won solely because of Friends. Like, I think Friends is the ultimate theme song, and if you're going to have that on a team, it's hard to go against the other team. Now, I do think that Fresh Prince kind of carries mine a little bit.
Honestly, I think Golden Girls kind of carries yours.
Yeah, no, that's a great song, and I think Cheers carries yours as well. But, man, like, there's so many good ones. Some of the ones that I had left, and I wasn't going to pick this one unless I had to. How Met Your Mother theme song.
Yeah, that was mine, too.
But at the end of the day, some of these aren't really, like, songs, they're more of music. So like How I Met Your Mother is kind of music, and then Hawaii Five-0
yeah.
kind of music.
Also on here, the Game of Thrones theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
that's a big one. The Flintstones, dude. Even the Muppet Show and The Simpsons, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking The Simpsons too, but The Simpsons. Dun, 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 dun. That's pretty good.
Or South Park. I went down.
Yeah, I had South Park. I actually did, but then I was not the South Park on my list is what reminded me of Family Guy. I was like, well, Family Guy is kind of more
like animated.
iconic.
I think Family Guy is the most iconic one.
Yeah. Not even to mention American Dad's theme song.
American Dad, yes. There's so many. We could have literally went for like a 10-rounder, dude.
We really could have, but for the sake of our graphics team.
Yeah. Graphics team, yep. Need to step that up anyway. But that's going to do it for us. We're going to head into the post game. Make sure y'all comment down below what you think. Anything you want to add for us to talk about. We're open ears. We'd love to give you our thoughts on whatever it is. But make sure you go check out our Instagram. All of our socials will be down below. Our TikToks, we post multiple times a week on TikTok.
Yeah. Now the thing is right near the end, of course, thank you for listening this far. And if you have listened this far, we're going to give you some big news that we've been waiting to say for a little while now. Even since the start of ATC, we have had this idea.
Even honestly, when we started this, we said, let's make this bigger than just a podcast.
Exactly. And we're finally going through the steps of it. This is just the beginning. I think we have had this made for maybe 4 or 5 days now for the socials. But we are proud to announce, and we've announced it on our Instagram, me and Michael have started our own brand, our own sports entertainment brand called Out of Pocket Sports.
It's not just us, though. We have two really good friends that are helping us be co-founders. And Jay's Fifth Down. And our friend Riley, who is starting a podcast called Riled Up. Yeah. And they're working out with this with us. Like it's gonna be big.
It's gonna be very big. And the thing is if you're listening this far, you're obviously a true fan of ATC. And all we ask of you to do is spread the word. Spread the word on social media. Spread the word to your friends and family. Get everyone involved with it because you're going to want to be here from the start. Because once we get big, man, I've never believed in something this much. And I've had my different business endeavors, you could say. But this is one that I'm very excited for. And I'm glad that I have Mike right beside me to go through everything like this. And we have our friends Jay and Riley, like you mentioned. Yeah. They're fully on board with this. We want everybody fully on board. Now, you can follow us on our Instagram now at the Out of Pocket Sports. The is at the beginning. Shout out to the stupid people that have Out of Pocket Sports as their thing, but have it posted in like 5 years. That's noted.
Also on TikTok. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. Out of Pocket Sports. I think TikTok is also the Out of Pocket Sports.
Yeah. Actually... wow, I'm a creator of this and I don't even know that.
It's because like this stupid Out of Pocket Sports was taken. They haven't posted in 5 years.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Now the thing is this is completely like it's gonna have ATC concepts. Like we may post some clips from ATC on Out of Pocket Sports just to kind of show the people that we're a part of it and stuff like that. But also, this is a way of just different content creation. Totally, the first clip we posted is completely different from this. It's things we're going to be doing every Sunday, just updates from the past sports week in 30 seconds or less, which I'm excited for. And we have multiple other ideas that we're doing. It's all going to be different, so you're going to have to make sure you check it out. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you know or if you are listening and you have a podcast and you want to join together with other podcasts, literally just hit up Out of Pocket Sports. We're open to help grow these other podcasts. Obviously, we're small right now, but we want not just sport. It might be called Out of Pocket Sports, but we're going past sports. It can be, for example, we have a podcast joining us that's been announced as well. They have Instagram. It's called Foil Hat. It's a conspiracy podcast. It's literally nothing to do with sports. Maybe there'll be like a sports conspiracy in there, but yeah.
Deflategate.
Yeah, honestly, I'll be on that episode. But yeah, if you're a content creator out there, not just podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, anything, just hit us up on our Instagram. We'd definitely consider it.
And if you've listened this far and you aren't one of those, but you know someone, definitely hit them our way. Like, get them our way, and let's work things out. And we're excited.
We don't ask for much, honestly. With Out of Pocket Sports, we're small, so we're not going to do anything. We just want to partner up with people.
But the big thing too is Out of Pocket Sports. In the 4 or 5 days that our Instagram has been up, over 60 followers already, and we just now put yesterday one post up. One real post, which is a reel that we made. And to see it like that, I'm excited. A goal that we've set for ourselves is about 150 by the middle of March. So let's hit that, guys. Like, let's get out there and let's get it. And ATC is still growing, over 400 followers. Like Nick on 6-Man mentioned, road to 1K. I'm very excited for everything. Let's keep it up. And just again, if you've listened this far, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, these episodes can get long, which is how podcasts are. And if you're a true podcast fan and all this kind of stuff, we can't thank you enough.
Exactly. We have so much planned for Out of Pocket, so much. And the founders are going to come together and do something together, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I hope you guys stay tuned because there are big plans coming. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Anything else you got to say?
Last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to get serious for a second. Use code ATC on SeatGeek for $20 off your first purchase.
I'm going to back that up. I have something a little more serious. Also, use code Against the Call for 10% off your next purchase at www.w.gg. Anyways, that's going to end episode 25 of Against the Call. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will catch you in the next one.